speaking of 2017, something that's really reminding me of 2017 is the fact that in new singles, because there are new singles
Ed
that came out
Sheeran
this
has
week,
released a damn new
Ed
single,
Sheeran released a new single, and it's like
and it's pretty shit. But
yeah,
it's Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran's getting to like
But it's
bad to worse, like new levels of this. I didn't know it was like possible, really.
yeah. So he released a single, "Bad Habits." First thing since his album, I think it's called "Divided" or something like that. Whatever, it has "Shape of You," and I was like, "That's the worst song ever made by humankind. One of the worst songs made by humankind." I don't know if it beats "High Hopes," but anyways, he just does this. He did the Coldplay, but like extreme home edition Coldplay, where you like go mental with selling out, so forth, that you don't even sound like your old self at all. Because Ed Sheeran, I know when he first started, he was literally made everything himself, and you went to any of his shows, he did everything himself, and it was decent. I don't I necessarily was a big fan or anything, but I could respect him pretty well as an artist. But now he just makes generic pop and Bad Habits. Even I was talking to a couple people the past 2 days about it, asking their thoughts, and everybody's like, "Yeah, this ain't good. This ain't a good look."
Yeah,
It's not that great of a song.
I truthfully don't know what's going on with him. I wish I could say more about the song, but it's just not. I mean, like with him, I'm sure he's fine as a person, but it's just really bland. It's really dull. Yeah. So moving on, we have "Tragic" by Jazmine Sullivan, which begins with that great "Reclaiming My Time" quote and just kind of just goes off. Jazmine Sullivan's great. I love her.
Well, we reviewed her album earlier this year, so that's why I was interested to see that a single come out pretty quickly from her. But it's still banger of a track. Really, really enjoy it. Still like her album. We put some of that on the Audioface playlist 2021 AF, which you can find on Spotify, as always. Great track though. She's still banging it out, which is good. Next one we have
little indulgence, just a little indulgence.
Yeah, a little fun. We always gotta do. We had to listen to Ed Sheeran, so we get some Roosevelt. We've got "On My Mind" / "About You" EP. Those two tracks. Actually, I think it's a good move for him for these two tracks, because when we reviewed his album that came out, was it tail end of last year? Yes, or was it beginning this year? I forget when.
Yeah, no, it was early this year. Yeah, it
was early this year.
February.
Okay. I really enjoyed it, but then I was like, okay, what more can he do? Is there anything else, or like how is he going to evolve? And I think "On My Mind," "About You" are a good way to kind of put him in this transition space between works. Obviously, he's not going to release another album, but these songs definitely wouldn't have worked on his album that came out, but their experimentations are a little bit different than what was worked on some previous stuff that he's done, and they're good. Like "About You" is a pretty long track, and it has a lot of just like synthesizers and stuff without any vocals towards like the second half of the track, and it's him really messing around with like different dance music stuff and everything, and I really enjoy it. Kind of a lot of 70s theme too with it, which I don't have an issue with.
Yeah, I really liked that track, and I had the same thoughts you did, unsurprisingly or surprisingly maybe, that after hearing the last Roosevelt album, I kind of wanted to see whether he was going to take it forward in any sort of direction in particular. And I'm glad to see that definitely in "About You." "On My Mind's" like a good sort of like continuation, like post Roosevelt's most recent album, like EP, or like song. But "About You" at least like feels like it's doing something a little bit where it's like going forward and pushing the boundaries a little bit. And I'm really glad about that. I really think I can like that a little bit more. I wish I could appreciate it more, but there was just a lot of music I was listening to this week. So I'll get to enjoy it more in a bit.
Yeah, as always, it's a good step in the right direction. So plugs.
Yes. Plugs as I figure out all this micage situation. It's so cool being able to at least like pivot all this stuff. Anyways.
Hey, I could actually see you now. Pause.
Awesome. So it's just like I don't care. We're going to be you can see me live now. That's okay. Cool.
Yeah. Now we're Charlemagne. We is live.
Cool. That's awesome. All right. I feel good about that. So Audioface, you know where to find the playlist, of course, the 2021 AF playlist that we're building of the coolest songs of the year. Check that out at the Spotify link that is in any of our YouTube videos or on our podcast description. You know where to find that. Bonus episodes. Make sure you check out our bonus episodes. We've been a little bit haven't been doing those because we have a really intense summer that's been happening in addition to like all of the setup upgrades and things like that. It's just a wild summer of music that's happening. All these artists out here just got to release all this stuff. So that is getting started.
Gotta make money.
Got to do the touring, got to make money, got to make their albums. And hey, we got to make our podcast. That works too. So check out those bonus episodes though. They are still great. People are still loving them. And YouTube, I have a bunch of like backlog of YouTube videos that I need to get posted from the last couple of weeks because I've been just moving around. But make sure you subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/audiofacepod because we'll be getting a lot of videos from this week and from the past couple of weeks up there very soon, along with some of the Power Report videos that I will plan to get on very soon. So powerreport.world or youtube.com/Dan from the internet for all of those things. And thank you, Peter, for making this episode sound really cool. Hopefully at Dead Music 666 on Instagram.